What's going on, everybody? This is Dave from This is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Joey from Hempire from Asheville, North Carolina. How's it going, Joey?
Another day, baby. Living the dream. How you doing?
Hell yeah, man. Really appreciate you coming on. Let's dive right into it.
Cool.
So, when and how did Hempire form?
Empire formed in 2017. Um, Long story short, I was working at a gas station. I just moved to Boone, and I was looking for a band. And John Boy, our drummer, walked in with an I Hate God shirt, and I was like, "Hey, man, nice shirt." At the time, I had like Elvis hair. I was wearing like suspenders, just having fun with the job. And he's like, "This fucking guy." I don't know if I can swear. Can I swear?
Oh, you're good, dude. Go ahead.
Okay, all right, cool. So anyway, he was like, we just got to talk about music, and he came over and we played some guitar together, acoustic. But then we really got connected on like Clutch and Mastodon and stuff, Metallica. So we were like, oh, we can actually do a heavy project. And then same situation with Jason, our bass player. He walked in wearing a Weed Eater t-shirt. So I said, hey man, nice shirt. Um, that was it. So the Speedway and Boone brought us all together pretty much. And yeah, we've been kicking it ever since.
Hell yeah, dude. Short, simple, and right to the point. Gotta love it.
Yeah, yeah. We did have, so it was a four piece at one time before Jason. So I guess I skipped over that part. We were four piece. John and I were playing guitar. We had the bass player doing vocals, and we had an ever revolving cast of drummers. And then once we got tired of the revolving cast of drummers, John Boy wanted to learn how to play drums. And I was like, well, shit, I can learn to sing. We could just cut it down. And then we invited Jason into the fold. So that took about 2, 3 years to that to form. Um, so yeah, that's the real story. I kind of skipped over Empire Mach 1, if you will. So,
No,
yep.
dude, that's sick. So in January, you guys dropped the weight. How's the response been?
Great. Yeah, really good. We got CDs out and we went on a run 2 weeks ago to Kentucky. Great response out there. They really like us there, and we love going there. We went to Louisville and we went to Lexington. We also played at Johnson City, and then we also played Holler of Doom, and people are digging the songs. And then we've also debuted the new album live, which I don't know how much of that I can talk about when it's going to drop or what have you. But yeah, people are digging the weight, and those are songs that we've been playing since this formation pretty much. Like Wasn't Born Yesterday was one of the only songs that we played with Hempire Mach 1, as I call it, when we were a quartet. Everything else is pretty much just like an evolution from there to here. And it's kind of nice to hear all of it back, finally recorded, and have people give a good response. So it's been great.
It's so sick. I can imagine like all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into it. The fact that you're able to like now get it out to the world and people are digging it, like must be like one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's a great feeling. Especially when people come up and they like, we had this cat, Jonathan, asked like, "Hey, can you make me like an instructional video and tabs how to play the grind?" And I was like, "What the fuck? Like that's wild." But yeah, like all that good response is very rewarding. So yeah,
That's so dope.
yeah, feels good.
So who did you guys record it with and how was the process?
We recorded with Riley Appert at Roundhouse Studio or Roundtable Studio here in Asheville, and it was that we were really green. Like we didn't know really what was going on. Riley was awesome to work with. We actually did our last record that's going to be released with him as well because we were so pleased with it. We just came in, John laid drums, we just layered everything. So it was drums, guitars, bass, vocals, and then auxiliary stuff. I think we had like, I always forget the name. We had like African drums and like a theremin and just all kinds of random shit that we would just layer on the weight. So it was a lot of fun. And also Riley is a killer vocalist. So for me, he was able to be like, put some more oomph into that or hold this out longer. And like, because my only experience with vocals is just going out and doing it. Like I've never heard my vocals back before. And he was really helpful in the process. So,
Good on, dude. That's really sick.
yeah.
So, what would you say your favorite and least favorite thing is about the writing and recording process?
Maybe just doing it. Just getting in the room with the boys and just knocking it out, you know. The least favorite, the first time, so on the first record, we lived in Boone. So it was like the drive back and forth wasn't all that hot. We stayed in a hotel, so that was fun, but it was like, it was money, you know what I mean? Like money that we could have spent on the record itself, we were spending on lodging. So while it was fun playing, skate and Mortal Kombat in a hotel room with your buddies, it was also like, damn, I kind of wish, we weren't spending 65 to $100 a night. But as far as musically and doing it, I didn't really have a least favorite part. A lot of times when musicians go into the studio, they have a disdain for the critique. Like they're just like, I wrote it, man. I know how it goes. But having a fourth ear implementing ideas, producing, if you will, it was really nice and rewarding. So I didn't have a bad experience recording, and I didn't have a negative portion of it. It was all a learning curve. And we implemented a lot from what we learned on the last one on this one. So this time it went smooth. Yeah, not that it didn't go smooth last time, but it went a little smoother this time. So
It's really sick. Yeah, I tell people it's good to have a ear from the outside. So therefore, like you guys aren't like biased and
right.
like that helps you get to the next level. That's the only way that you can grow and get to the next level as a band, I think, is by getting constructive criticism, whether it's from like a engineer or from like a photographer or just like a random like outside ear.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, if you've been hearing these songs for years, you kind of get numb to, the changes. And then like as much as good as it is to have buddies be like, oh man, that shit's sick. It's also like, is it really sick, or are you just saying that because like we're friends? Like, so it's good to have somebody that's not yet in the circle be like, you should do this, or change this a little bit. But yeah, having another set of eyes and ears on the project is massive.
Right on, dude. So you're from Asheville. How's the alternative music scene there? Do you have a favorite venue, a favorite local band?
Well, so I mean, there's a lot of great music out here, man. Like it's you got, you got Fleora, which is Riley's band. They're killing it right now. You got Calgon, you got Shadow Cloak. I mean, Gilead. Yeah, you could list, you could write down the names of the awesome bands in this town and or city, I should say, and have to flip the page. Like, there's so many good ones, and the scene is awesome. Everyone supports one another. Favorite venue? So we played Shakey's. We try to play there 2 3 times a year because it's a great turnout. It's a lot of fun. But I'll tell you, on this last run, we played the Gray Eagle, and damn, dude, that venue has it figured out. Like the best sound we've ever. It's the best we've ever sounded. I could hear everything. I wasn't killing myself vocally. They got a monitor for the drums the size of a refrigerator. Like, just the reverb in the room is muy bien. It was great. But then you got the Odd, which always has a good turnout. You got Eulogy, which they had Bong Ripper. They just had Weed Eater come through. So the city's popping, man. It's a great place to play music. So if there's any touring bands and they're like Western North Carolina and they're trying to find, like a soft spot between, if they're going to like Tennessee or what have you, definitely check out Asheville, man. It just takes a little bit of promotion, and that's it, and you'll have a pretty damn good show. And I'll tell you, you still have some merch here too, man.
Fans, if you're listening, if you want to play Asheville, hit up Joey and the boys in Empire.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's really sick. So now I'm gonna ask you some non-music questions.
All
It's a
right.
good way for me to get to know you. I did this with the other bands. Are you ready to rock and roll?
Every day of my life.
All right. First one, favorite TV show.
Seinfeld.
That's classic. Do you have
Yeah.
a favorite character?
Kramer, I would say. You know, followed closely by Frank Costanza, so which is George's dad. If the people watching aren't familiar with Seinfeld, it's just a funny duo. You know, I have Ass Man stuff like all over my house. Like on my vest, I have an Ass Man patch. Um, the Kramer, the painting from that show has been behind our Christmas tree every year. Not by planning, it's just we would look back at the photos for Christmas and there's the Kramer behind the Christmas tree. So yeah, Seinfeld hands down.
It's funny that you said Seinfeld because that's a show that I didn't appreciate when I was little and like
Right.
growing up in the 90s and early 2000s. I just didn't really get the hype. I thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, you know what? Like, it actually looks pretty good. Like, I need to like dive into it now.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're an adult now, so you're dealing with, dating and jobs and all that other shit. And when you're a kid, that's all benign. It's like you don't even think about it. You're just like, it's just four people in an apartment talking about every day. But like that's what you do with your friends. You like, oh, what'd you do today? So it's a lot more relatable as an adult.
Sure, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So, would you rather explore the ocean or space?
The ocean. Yeah, all day. I'm a big fan of sharks, and I was raised in Florida, so I only got to see so much of it. Um, the ocean for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I tell people it'd be really sick to see like the Titanic and see ships from like 500 years ago
Yeah.
plus, and just see all kinds of cool animals like underneath, like sharks and
Sharks, man.
whales and all
Yeah.
that.
Find the megalodon. That'd be amazing. As long as you don't get too close to them.
They'll be staying far away.
Yeah. 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 The ocean is super interesting and it's so vital to our ecosystem. Space is like, obviously I know it's there, you know what I mean? But like, you don't go to the space beach, you know what I mean? Like when you can physically see the water, you're like, damn, it just goes for miles, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, yeah,
There's a lot of cool stuff to it.
yeah, dude.
So, if you had the opportunity of either going to the past or the future, which one and why?
I'm assuming I have to pick one.
Yeah,
Is it like the butterfly effect? If I go back and I change something, is it going to affect the timeline in the future? Or is it just,
sure.
I don't know, because it's hard to like, I don't try to view mistakes as mistakes. I try to see them as lessons. So any fuck ups that I had in the past, I would kind of want to stay there. Um, but if I go to the future, I'm gonna miss all the good shit. So I guess the future, about like a couple days. Like go till fast forward to Sunday so I can watch the race and not have to work this week. So that we'll go with until Sunday.
You wouldn't want to get in a time machine and go 50 years from now.
No, man, I'll be 83. Like that's no fun. I missed my future kids growing up. I missed the height of the band. I missed all the shit that I'm working towards. So just a little bit forward. What about you? Would you go past or forward?
Would go past. I've thought about this, and I would definitely go past because I really love my childhood. I had a great childhood,
Mm,
and I would love to go back to my childhood and like relive like elementary school and like middle school and like high school and all that. And I miss, going to classes with the homies and playing basketball after school and skateboarding after school with the homies and going to shows in the mall and picking up or trying to pick up chicks and like things like I miss like the early 2000s. Like it really was a
yeah,
great time to be alive. So I would definitely go to the past.
that's a good point. I didn't think about childhood, like middle high school. So yeah, I might have to agree with you on that. Might have to go back in the past and, you know, tell my dad he was right and take out some of the teenage angst that every teenage has and not take things so seriously. So that's a good point. When you said past, I was thinking like 10 years. And yeah, going back to middle of high school and picking up chicks and then what you know now. Come
Yeah.
on, baby.
And like less technology and like
Yeah,
no Facebook and Instagram and just MySpace.
yeah. That was the best music site, man. Like we didn't know that at the time. Like I wish MySpace was still around just for the music sharing experience, like send someone a link and it's a whole playlist, but you don't have to have Spotify and it's yeah.
It
You
was
ever
more of
put
a
the music on
community.
your MySpace page? The page so when you went to it, it would start playing automatically? Dude, I wonder how many coders these days realize that they started back in MySpace. It's wild to
It
think about.
definitely gives you something to think about.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So if you had
That
a
fucking
million,
top eight was anxiety though. Picking your top eight friends. That
yeah,
sucked.
yeah, yeah, no, it
Like you
was.
fucked up with
It
your buddy if you
definitely
went down a spot.
it definitely stressed me out a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember like getting in a fight with a homie at school and then like removing him from my top eight. And
Yeah.
like Tom, like you never could remove him. Like if you
Right.
tried, like it just wouldn't work.
Yeah. And then you have that awkward conversation about it. Yeah. That's actually relatable to Seinfeld as well. There's an episode where he gets on this woman's speed dial, and if they had a bad date, he would fall in the ranking. Wild, relatable shit.
Definitely brings back a lot of amazing memories.
Yeah, dude.
So if you had $1 million and you could donate it to any charity, which one?
Oceanographic Institute, study of the ocean, or the ASPCA, which is like an animal rescue. Um, One of those two. Yeah. Or of course, hungry kids. There's a lot, man. But definitely, those are my top three. Study of the ocean, the Shark Conservancy, ASPCA. Yeah, something that is helpful and not a tax write-off. Yeah.
Right on. Very cool. All right, last question. What are some places in Asheville that visitors should check out?
Shit, man. The venues I mentioned earlier. Um, and really, like, I don't go out much. I like to hang out with my fiance and my dog at the house, and with my band. But if you come to Asheville, definitely check out Eulogy or The Odd or Gray Eagle or Shakey's. Um, there's a really cool bar in town. There's like a hole in the wall, but my drummer and I made it a pact not to tell people about it because nobody goes there, and it's amazing. So that's our way of being a little antisocial and getting away from people. But yeah, definitely one of those venues for sure, and a Hempire show. Yeah,
So when I
yeah,
get down to Asheville for the first time, we can go to a Hempire show, and then you can take me to all those venues and take me to all the sick pubs and bars.
yeah. I'll take you to the secret spot, but I'm not gonna make it public.
I'm
We
honored.
can go and we can play
I'm
some pool.
sick. I'm very honored. I'm super flattered.
Hell yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, man.
Well, I really appreciate you, dude, coming on and chatting up a little bit, and the support means the world to me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Yeah. Everybody go check out the new album, The Wait. It's on Spotify, everywhere you can stream music. So it'd be great to get the numbers. Yeah.
If you want to throw down in your house, then do the right thing. Go and check it out and buy a t-shirt, buy merch, and support local music. And Joey, you guys are killing it and keep up
Thank you.
the sick work.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dave.
Of
Yeah.
course, I hope you have a great night and we'll chat soon.
You too. Looking forward to it.
Peace.
Peace.